Hi, everybody, and welcome to Know What You're Talking About. Today we're looking at Topic 7, DQ2. In this DQ, we're talking about exchange rate, foreign exchange rates. This is a huge topic that you see in the news a lot these days, and so it'll be interesting for us to look at. The DQ. In January 2015, several large multinational corporations announced lower than expected earnings for the fourth quarter of 2014. Many blamed the monotonous profits on a strong dollar. How does this work? When the dollar gains value against foreign currencies, why does it hurt U.S. exports? How could this affect the demand for dollars and ultimately affect the exchange rate? Lots of complicated parts to this DQ once again. But let's think about basically how exchange rates are set. Exchange rates are set, just like every other market in the world, as the result of supply and demand. Where does the demand for dollars come from? Well, when people in other countries buy U.S. goods and services, they have to pay for them with dollars, right? Procter & Gamble in the U.S. isn't going to pay their employees with yen or with euros. They have to have dollars. So ultimately, people in other countries pay for U.S. goods and services that they buy with dollars. So when people are interested in buying U.S. goods and services, then they take their currency to the bank and they sell it. They supply their currency and they demand U.S. dollars. So the demand for dollars increases, as does the supply for their currency. When that happens, when the demand for U.S. goods and services is high, that means that you're going to have an increasing value to the dollar. On the other hand, when Americans, when we here buy imported goods and services, we do everything in reverse, right? Ultimately, and of course a lot of this takes place behind the scenes, but ultimately we're going to take our dollars to the bank, cash them in, we're going to supply dollars, and we're going to demand that foreign currency, whether it's the Chinese yuan or the Japanese yen or whatever it is, so that we can pay for these imported goods and services. So that supply and demand finds an equilibrium price for every currency, just like in any other market. It's looking for that spot where quantity supplied is equal to quantity demanded, and that price where quantity supplied equals quantity demanded, that's your exchange rate. And so what happens when the exchange rate goes up? Well, let's think about it. We're selling a good here that costs $10 US. We make it here, so we're going to price it in dollars. It's $10. We're going to export it to Europe. If the exchange rate with the euro is 0.9 euros per dollar, if it only takes 0.9 euros to make a dollar, well, then that $10 item is only going to cost 9 euros, right? Only costs 0.9 euros to make a dollar. Are you with me so far? Okay, so now let's say that the exchange rate changes, that the dollar gains strength, gains value against the euro. So now instead of requiring 0.9 euros to make a dollar, it takes 1.1 euro to make a dollar. The price is still $10. The price is set in dollars, but now it takes 1.1 euro to make each dollar. So the price of that good has gone up to 11 euros. The price of this good increased from 9 euros to 11 euros, and yet the good itself didn't change at all. There's no additional value, nothing's changed. And so the price of that good has increased with no additional value to the customer. What does the law of demand tell us about increasing prices and how that would affect quantity demanded? That's an important consideration in this DQ. Also, in DQ2, I'll put up another thread that says how exchange rates are set, and that goes into a little more detail about this exchange rate process, and you might find that valuable to look through that in case my quick explanation here isn't making much sense. So, with that information, I'm sure you're going to give me a great answer to this DQ, and I look forward to reading it, and I look forward to seeing you next time on Know What You're Talking About.